I'm Kevin I. Kim Dunn, known to many folks as Mr. Puzzles, and I'm here to tell you about my exciting new project, What I See, What I Can Be. Most of us have heard the saying that it takes a village to raise a child, but how many of us have considered what happens to a child who grows up in a society where very few of the images they see or the stories they hear about themselves are positive? What impact does it have on a young person's psyche or to their sense of self-worth when they live in a society that ignores, minimizes, distorts, and excludes contributions made by people who look like them? It doesn't take much to imagine the consequences, as we see evidence of it every day in the high dropout rates, low self-esteem, poor academic performances, and self-destructive behaviors that plague many African and Latino youth. I believe that children not only need to, but deserve to, see images of themselves that are positive and life-affirming, especially in books. That's why I created the What I See, What I Can Be project. What I See, What I Can Be is a series of storybooks, coloring books, designed to provide youngsters starting at an early age with positive images and stories about people who look like them. Unlike other coloring books, What I See, What I Can Be highlights the lives of notable scholars, innovators, entrepreneurs, scientists, and others whose contributions to American society have generally gone unrecognized. Folks like Claudette Colvin, the 15-year-old girl whose refusal to give up her seat on the Montgomery bus inspired Rosa Parks to do the same thing 9 months later, and hip-hop pioneer DJ Kool Herc, whose improvisations on a turntable laid the foundation for a multi-billion-dollar rap industry. Dr. Patricia Babb, the first African-American woman to receive a patent for a medical invention, and scientist Mark Dean, whose innovations at IBM helped revolutionize the personal computer. These are just some of the people profiled in What I See, What I Can Be. So, how does that make a difference? A recent study at Harvard University noted that young people who had positive feelings about their racial or ethnic identity had better social interactions and self-esteem, did well in school, and had fewer problems with drugs or alcohol. What I See, What I Can Be does exactly that. Help youngsters feel better about themselves by showcasing the accomplishment of people who look like them and who come from the same communities. Which brings me to why I need your help. Publishing books by and about children of color can be daunting. Last year, the Cooperative Children's Book Center reported that of the more than 3,000 books published in 2013, only 93 were about blacks and 57 about Latinos. Essentially, what this means is that we want to see more books by and about people of color, then we have to publish them ourselves, since mainstream publishers are simply not doing it. It's just that simple. And that's why I'm asking for your help in order to bring this critically needed project to life. Your contributions will enable us to publish this exciting new coloring and storybook and get it into the hands of those youngsters who need it the most. For your generous support, you will receive some great gifts, along with a personal thank you from me, Mr. Puzzles. You also get the added satisfaction of knowing that your contributions is making a difference in some young person's life. So thank you for your support and stay tuned for further updates.